Hello everyone, welcome to Winged Paper Crafting. My name is Angel Fitch. If you're new around here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm so glad you stopped by my YouTube channel. Today we're going to do our second set of alternatives for the June 2025 Paper Pumpkin Kit called Full of Charm. Here's a picture of the 9 cards that you could have made if you had done them as intended. And we're going to do our second set of alternatives today. So let's go ahead and get started. We got a couple really easy ones. Let's start with this one. So I've got a piece of Pretty Peacock that's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I'm going to give it a nice burnish. Got a piece of white that's 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside. And then I've got this. This was half of one of the card bases that I cut down to 4 by 5 1/4. We're going to put right on the front of our card base, and it's got pretty gold flecking in it, I guess. Very pretty. So let's get that down. So I'm going to open this up so I can get this on here straight. So just right about there. Okay, now the next piece we have also came from the kit. This was a cutout, or a pop out. It popped out of the kit. This beautiful flower piece here. And we're going to put this right on the front of our card. So something about like right there. I'm going to use some liquid glue for this since it's very intricate and tiny places where we can glue at. So we're just going to put some dots of liquid glue around here. Uh-oh. Okay, hang on a second. Let me clean our tip here, because it looks like things have gotten dried up at the end of it, because I probably didn't get this put on right when we worked with this yesterday. So let me just clean this out. I meant to check this before I quit for the night, but we're good now. Okay, so I'll get this put back together here in a minute. So I'm going to screw the lid or the nozzle back on here. Okay, now we're good. It's the thing with this liquid glue. If you don't keep that little straight piece in the knot in the tip, it dries up and clogs at the end. So we're just gonna go around here on the bigger parts. I'm not gonna worry about the little stuff. And we'll just get this put down. Okay, so let's get this over here. Let's see. I'm kind of gonna put it just like that. Okay. So there's that piece. Then I've got another piece of that came from the kit. Hang on, I'm gonna put the lid back on our glue correctly, or I'll mess it up again. Okay, so there was this. This is a piece of gold that I cut from the Circle of Season dies. I used this circle, so I've got that. And I've got just another piece of white that I cut from a circle that I'm going to put in the middle of this. So we're going to stamp on this first though before we put it down. So we're going to use some Pretty Peacock ink. And I'm going to put this Miss You right in the middle. So let's get this on a block. Oops. And we'll get this inked up. And let's see if we have better luck tonight than we had last night with this stamp and my circles. There we go. Okay, so we're going to put that in the middle of this, and then we'll pop that up. And in the meantime, we're going to stamp on our inside piece. I think I want to put from this, here's another stamp set that's new. This one didn't come out that awfully long ago. It's called Thankful Garden. It has these really beautiful flowers in it. But I'm going to put, so I've got Miss You, and I'm going to put this Thankful for You Friend on the inside. So let me get that stamp out here. Okay, so I haven't used this set yet. So here it is. So this is a nice, pretty decent sized stamp. So we'll pick this up on our block. Since I haven't used it yet, I'm going to kind of season it up here, but just running it over my hand. And we'll still do some test stamps just to make sure that it's going to stamp correctly. So let me find a nice piece of scrap paper that we can use to stamp on. I have a whole pile of it somewhere. Oh, here we go. I found it. Okay. Every time I print something on the printer and I mess that up, I save that paper so I can use for this. So let's just do a practice stamp here and see what this looks like. Oh, looks pretty good. Okay, I think we're good. So I'm gonna ink it up again, and we'll straighten our piece up here, and we'll just get this right down. And there we go. Thankful for You Friend. All right, so we'll get this, and we'll put the ink away for now, and we'll put this on the inside, and then we'll get our front done. So we'll put this in here. Okay, now this, we're going to put this down on our gold piece. I'm just going to use some seal. And then we're going to pop the whole thing up on some dimensionals. So let me find the dimensionals. Okay, here we go. Alright, so I think I'm going to put this right down here at the bottom. Okay, now we just need some bling. So I think for our bling, in the kit were some gold bling. And I think gold is very appropriate for this card base. So we're going to use these. And I'm just going to get couple of these here. We're going to put one here, and we'll put one here, and one more down here. Okay, and there's our first card. Easy peasy. Now, having the nice big cutout makes it very easy. Okay, let's move on to our second card. Get this one out of the way. So this one we're going to start with a piece of Berry Burst. It's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I'm going to give it a nice burnish. Got a piece of white for the inside that's 5 by 4 1/4. And then I've got half of one of the card bases that I cut out the inside of it here, and we're going to put this on the front of our card. So I just took my paper cutter and went around and put, I think I used about a 1/2 inch border so that we could cut out the inside of it. And the inside of it we're going to use on another card here later on in the week. So it's just another way to stretch your kit. So I'm going to put this down here. Okay, now I've got a piece, another pop out that came in the kit. And this is actually only part of it. I have trimmed off part of this. I'll show you the the full piece here, and you'll see what I mean. Let me find one. Here that is. Okay, so this is what it looked like when it popped out. And so here's this one. So basically what I did was I just trimmed off this bottom piece because we're going to use this on something else. Because we didn't really need it for this card. So I'm going to, I think, just put this right up here in the corner since it has a flat edge on, you know, both sides. We're just going to nestle it right up here in the corner so that it is even there. And then we're going to put a sentiment down here. I'll show you here. So let's get this on. Just a few passes of our seal. I'm just going to put it right up here in the very corner of our white piece. Just, well, just like this. Okay, so there's that. Now, I used the Circle of Season dies again, and I used this Hello, and I cut 2. So at first I thought, oh, I really wanted Berry Burst, and I cut it, and I laid it down here, and I'm like, well, it doesn't really show up all that well, because our background is Berry Burst. So then I cut a piece of white, and I tried that, and it's better, but not really what I wanted. So I'm going to take the 2 pieces and kind of offset the Berry Burst on top of the white just the tiniest of bit so that we get kind of a shadow effect, and it'll look so good when we're done. So let me get the liquid glue out here again, and I think what I'm going to do is, I guess I'm going to try to glue up put our dots of glue on the Berry Burst piece. And then we'll lay it down on top of the white. And it really looks like I need to wipe my glass mat because it has got glue all over it. And all right in this same spot. This must be where I glue at. Okay, so let's just wipe that little bit that I got on the front off. Okay, so we're just going to, and the good thing is the liquid glue, I'm gonna pick them both up, is gonna let us, you know, maneuver this just a bit. So since it doesn't get tacky right away, we have some time to work the magic, as they say. So let's see, there we go. We'll get our last piece on. So it just gives it the faintest little border at the back, but it really makes it kind of stick out here. Let's just move our little things over just a little bit here before it gets, I want just a little bit more of the white showing on the L's. So I'm just going to move it over just a tad bit there. Okay, there we go. So I think that looks pretty nice. Okay, so let's glue our Hello down. Again, we'll use some liquid glue. And then we'll stamp our inside and get some bling on it, and we will be done. So I'm just going to kind of put this right down here at the bottom. Okay, whoops, well, hang on, I gotta hold it down. It's not sticking, not getting tacky right away. So let's just hang on to it for just a minute, and I will get our inside piece done now. So let's see, we're gonna use Berry Burst ink on this, and on this one I want to stamp, where'd the stamps go from this set? So let's see, here, that's the other ones. All right, just had them a second ago. Oh my goodness. I could lose just anything, I swear. I had them all laid out. What did I do with them? Oh my goodness. They're stuck to the back of something, I promise, because that's what always happens. Oh, here they are. See, I told you, stuck to the back of something. Okay, so for this one, I want to use, let's see. So we've got hello on the outside. Maybe, actually, I want to use something from this other set. Let's see. Where's the cover for this set? Oh, actually, you know what? I want to use this Can't Wait to See You Again Soon. Because I thought that sounded like a good inside greeting. So let's see here what... where is that one? Am I just blind? Probably. Let me get the carrier sheet off. Why can I not see that stamp? Oh my goodness. You make a difference? Alright, is this not the right set? Oh, you know why? Ha, I'll tell you why. That's not the right stamp set. Okay. Boy. It's actually in this set. It's one of my favorite. It's a red rubber one. Okay. So... can't wait to see you again soon. Oh, I think I've used this one before, so it's hiding down in here. There it is. Okay. Boy. It's a game tonight. Find the stamps. Alright, I'm going to get us a block here. So, just going to kind of wipe this off so we can get that pretty peacock ink off of it. Alright, we're going to ink this one up. Try not to get it on the red rubber piece. And then we're going to give this a whirl here. So I'm just going to go straight down. Give it just a little bit of pressure, but try not to rock the block. There we go. Perfect. Okay. We'll put our ink away. We'll get this one on the inside. And we'll just need bling on the outside and we will be done. Okay. So we'll get this down here. Just like that. Okay, bling. Our bling for this one, I went back and pulled out the purple faceted gems that we got during Celebration earlier in the year. I mean, we could use any of these colors. So the Berry Burst, and then there's a couple shades of pink, and then there's even some ones that turn colors on you. They kind of pick up the colors around them. So, I don't know. I think we'll use those. I think we'll use the little, these that pick up the colors. So let's put one here. And another one up here, and they just catch the light. They are really shiny. Let's see, one down there. There we go. Perfect. All right, so here are our 2 cards for today. Very pretty cards. A hello and a miss you. So, that's all I've got for tonight. So, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload a video. And we will be back tomorrow with our 3rd set of alternatives for this kit. And the plan is to be done with this kit by the end of the month. So, we'll see if we can get there. So, that's all I got for tonight. Have a crafty evening. Bye.